Right. I fucking love that song. Yeah, man. You guys go look up Leonie Wolfgram. Yeah, she's amazing. And what is up, Blunts, man?
Not too much, man. How's it going?
It's going good. Just got off work. It's 6 o'clock. Got some food in me, and smoked a little bit of weed, and now here we are.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Oh, it was
man.
a,
Go ahead.
it was a pretty snowy day here. We got I think 15 to 20 centimeters, so that's good. I guess about
Fucking
half a foot, a
centimeters.
little bit more.
Damn Canadians.
That's anywhere from 6 to 8 inches. So
There we
yeah.
go. That's the size of my ruler. Why don't you type in your weather here?
It's not that cold. It's just a little bit snowy, so the roads were pretty bad. Like the whole city, I drove into the city. It was like 25-minute drive or whatever. That was not too bad. There was a few snow drifts. I should have taken a picture actually because it was just like a whiteout. It was the snow is just blowing and you can like barely see in front of you when you're driving, right? I know Grim probably knows that with the sandstorms there. I've been through one of those, but same kind of thing.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, those sandstorms. I know I've seen like the sandstorms they have like in Dubai. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, so anyways, I get in the city and it's just like gridlock. No one's moving anywhere. So anyways, yeah, it was a rough road into the city today, but other than that, it's been okay, just a bit under the weather, and little man had me up last night. So I'm pretty tired, but other than that, I'm feeling okay.
Nice. Yeah, man. Like when you told me you're gonna miss the show, maybe. Yeah, it's like fuck, man. Sometimes I have no problem like jumping on and like talking it up, but whenever before we did this show, I'm just so nervous, and like having just like you as like my support when we used to do Grimm's show on MSP. I was like, Blunt, are you gonna make it? Like, oh, I don't know, I'm tired. Please, Blunt, please make it, man. You don't have to talk, just be there.
Yeah, Grimm show is just so late for me. When he had it there, it was I guess 11 o'clock here, and when you're waking up at like 6 in the morning or whatever, then 11 gets to be late. But yeah.
Yeah, and we got a hot mic by the Swooperman. Yeah, Swoop, man. I used to have roommates. Actually, Lethal was my roommate, and he was the best roommate. Him and his girl and the cat. They were great roommates. But damn, no, even how great they were, but fuck, man, we used to like we've had our moments, man. There, remember one day like we're gonna fight over dishes, and I think dishes is the number one reason why roommates kill each other. But yeah, one day I came home, I was like blackout drunk, and he just got off work. This is actually on Thanksgiving, so he was working at his restaurant all day, dealing with shitty people. And I come home blackout drunk, and the dishes weren't done. I'm like, why didn't you do the dishes? And I don't remember anything really, but oh man, it was pretty fucking sad. And but we made up.
Yeah, dishes are always a problem with roommates. I've had that same situation too.
Yeah, it's always dishes. Like it's so funny, man. Yeah, man. I'm sure when you hear about that roommate shoots roommate. I guarantee you it was over dishes.
I heard something the other day that it was on the news or somewhere. I don't even know where I heard it, but there's this fight and like these it was a three-way fight between roommates, and so there was a gun, two people got shot and one person got stabbed, and I guess they go to the home because they hear gunshots, and they find one person dead from being shot, and the other person stabbed, and the other guy that was shot, he's I think it was the guy that was shot but not stabbed was the guy getting charged for murder. But fuck, that's crazy. They're all roommates just fucking up each other up.
Damn. Yeah, man. Oh shit. Yeah, living in such a small space with somebody. I think I lived with Lethal for about 2 years. It was me, my wife, my kid. He only had one kid at the time. Then it was him, his girlfriend, and their cat. And it's a two-bedroom. It's a little roomy, but yeah, we lived like that for like 2 years. But for the most part, we got along great.
Oh shit, that's dense, man.
Yeah, yeah, but it was nice. It was really nice. It worked out really good, and that's when Lethal. He's the one that started growing in the closets, and he kind of like. I always had an idea of how to grow, but I never done it, and never even when I've done it, I never finished. But he just pointed me in the right direction, and he's like the one that, yeah, I give credit to starting my path on my grow journey.
Yeah, I think first time I did anything, we I was young and we ordered some seeds online, and we started them up, and then my mom found them and she threw them down the carburetor.
Yeah, I remember once I had a plant going. It was actually just barely about to leave the seedling stage. It was looking nice, and it was on a summer day, and I was just fucking around. I don't know why, but I looked up in the crawl space. Now you're not. It's not an attic, but the part in the top of your house. I poked my head up there, and it was just really fucking hot and warm. Just felt really good. And for some reason, I thought the plant would like it. And even took it out of the nice bright sun, and I put it up in my attic. And I went to go check on it like maybe 30 minutes later, and it was dead.
Rough, man.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, but that can be a conversation for another day. I'm actually thinking of having a growers forums show, possibly after eight or not after right after ASON show, but on Tuesday, 7 o'clock my time, and it'll be a growers forum that I can host, and you guys can co-host with me, and we can just bring growers from Instagram and Steam it, and we can just fucking talk shop, man. Because that show we did on Saturday with Cowboy, it's a really cool show, man, and that guy is really cool too. If we can get him to come on and do our growers forum as well, I think it'd be a really cool show.
Yeah, man, that's a good idea for sure.
Yeah, so enough talking about stupid shit. I'd like to introduce our guest tonight. His name's Mike Ambiguity of Steam. Let me see if I can pull a post. But yeah, he's somebody I've known for a while on Steam It. I think Golden Dawn introduced us, and actually, she told me that he was about to have a surgery, and this is when Canon Create first started. And one of our visions of Canon Create was to use the platform to help people as well. And we've done that. We helped out people by throwing them on auto vote without asking anything of them. So we've done that, and Mike is somebody we were like, hey, let's go ahead and see the power of Steam, and we try to raise some funds for him. Obviously, we knew we weren't going to get nowhere near what his surgery was going to be, but it was fun. It was a learning experience, and that's something that I want Canon Create to start doing more of. I know there's a lot of things that's been put on hold because there's a lot going on, but now we got some stuff out of the way. We got Mr. Danny of Hash Kings, and so this is something that we're going to start doing more often. definitely once a month type of thing that we're gonna find a good charitable cause and throw some money towards it. So yeah, with all that said, welcome, Mike. How are you doing tonight? Do we have you there, Mike?
Maybe he's got some mic issues.
Mike. Oh, blunt smasher, man. I didn't know we need to have a comedy show hosted by Blunt Smasher.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Too late. I've already rammed it into me.
We'll get Bernie Sanders in here, comedy open mic. Was that him that run that account or just supported it?
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, he's got his he's trying to fix it. It looks like, anyways, he's muting and unmuting. Right there. Should we
Yeah, so I just dropped a post because this is one thing I saw this, and um, I think I saw this like 2 weeks ago. So I was like, you know what? Let's have him on the show so we can show some support to a fellow Steamian. He's also a vet. He's a really good guy, and just kind of yeah, kind of break the ice again to start doing charity stuff to help out our fellow man.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, man. Sorry about that. Trying to figure out what button I needed to push to get this to work again.
It's okay. We won't ban you just yet, but
Oh, gee,
one
thanks.
more instance, we're gonna ban you. Dropping the hand.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like how when did you sign up on Steam and how did you hear about it and stuff like that?
Well, I signed up on Steam under Basics to Living about 2 years ago. Working under Basics to Living for a while, and there was some problems that come up, and the wife decided, it's under my name. I want it gone. I said, okay, cool. Ambiguity, and I moved over to that one and started doing it. And I've been there for about a year now, off the radar for a while, and problems, knee problems, depression problems, just trying to sort some stuff out in my life, and needed to take a break, and did that. Come back and just been going just as hard as I could, trying to get the account built up and get things going again.
Yeah, well, I was really glad to see you poke your head back into the vet server. I know it's been a while, and yeah, I was really happy to see you. Now I talked to Rakasan, he's asked if he's heard from you, but yeah, I know it's really to really stay focused when you have your outside life. It's really hard to do. I know that.
Well, it was hard because it was outside life, but it was the all everything just kind of crashed down on me. Um, had to have a surgery to get it revised. I got done with that surgery, thought I was back in here and started working on the homestead because we're doing everything by hand. Started pulling limbs, digging holes, burying water lines, digging 200 and 300-foot trenches. And on the small house, the little house, and I crawled out from under it one day and tried to get off the ground. And when I stood up, my knee popped. That's going to leave a mark. Hell. And I got in the house and sat down for a while, and it quit hurting. That night, I started moving around, and I went to turn off a light, and the replacement popped the wrong way. another knee surgery. It's just, I'm telling you, it's been one thing, it's been another.
Ouch, man. That's I'm glad. I'm hoping you're better now. That I've seen that happen, and that's makes me cringe every time I.
Well, the bad part of it was I had to wait almost 2 weeks to have that second surgery with there's a pin that goes in a groove inside the knee, stable, and that pin had popped on the back side of that replacement, my knee out. And I could bend it all the way up, but I couldn't straighten it all the way out because that pin was hitting it. Couldn't go to see the doctor until 4 days later because it was a weekend. And Monday he wasn't in office because he does all his surgeries on Monday. Then when I went to see him on Tuesday until the next Monday. Then he couldn't do it on the Monday. He had to do it on a Tuesday because that Monday was full. I walked around for a week, limping around with that being out of place.
Wow.
I have never had surgery recovery was less painful than that week was.
Yeah, and I know when things like that happen, life still goes on. I know, you got lots of stuff. Now, how big is your property that you do all this work on?
We've got 11.43 acres. It's 1,800 and something feet deep and about 360, 370 foot wide.
Oh, wow. Now, when you say deep, what's this? Is digging a well or?
No.
With my length kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
from the road to the back of the property, something feet. But the width from property line is 360, 370 feet.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, how deep is that? You're digging a trench.
No. Well, I mean, we've had dug by hand. I want to say 300, a little over 300 foot when we was putting some water lines in.
Oh, wow.
And we just dug where we're putting a sewer in, where I've got a clearing that we've got a friend of ours bought another motorhome over.
Now, are you in a state that has legal laws for cannabis?
No, I'm in Georgia. No cannabis whatsoever.
What kind of pain medicine they prescribe you?
Oh, they give me Lortab 10s.
Yeah, I bet you they give you plenty of those, don't they?
Well, the doctor gave me to hang, like after that last surgery, he gave me 120 to carry me through. And then after this surgery, he gave me another 120. 150 of those left.
Damn, that's really good. Much respect for you deciding not to really take those.
I
Wow.
don't see a need in taking them. I mean, I took them if I really needed it and it really hurt. But to put something, well, that's the reason the VA tried to give me all these meds, and I told them to shove them up their wazoo and they made me all screwed up and stuff, even worse than I already was, and I didn't like that. Took them when I needed them, and he'd go, "You need any more pain pills?" I said, "No." He goes, "You sure?" Another bottle left, and the other bottle's not even half empty. And he kind of looked at me and he says, "You're doing PT and you're moving and you're not taking pain pills." And I said, "No, I'm not. Only when I absolutely have to." He was just shocked because I had to get it better. And I knew that. And I wanted to 100%. It's never going to get to 100% because it's a fake knee. But I wanted to get it as good as I could because I had too much to do here to get stuff done. Most of his patients says they're begging me for, another prescription 3 weeks out.
Jeez.
I couldn't see putting that crap in my body. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Well, hell, if you did, you'd be begging for a prescription too, I'm sure. That shit ain't
Probably.
no, it's no joke. It really is no joke. Coming from myself, I battled my opiates, and even I wasn't even taking them for anything, just for fun, and wow, that's really smart, for it. And, I hope people are listening in the crowd too, if you guys aren't really, never went down that road, and if you ever get hurt, just really think about it, because, getting hooked on opiates, it's very easy to do.
And the doctors will give them to you just because surgery or you're hurting, and they can give them to you. And a lot of them just don't care. They'll keep giving them to you. Go in and say you're hurting, and the next thing you know, you're addicted to something that is just going to drive you nuts. And it's harder to get off an opiate addiction, I think, than it is any other illegal drug addiction that there ever was.
Yeah,
They are so easy to get.
Yeah. The only thing I say that's harder to get off, opiates is, besides maybe like food, because food is another addiction, but cigarettes. Cigarettes was the hardest thing in my life that I've ever had to quit.
Well, I quit. We quit when our first grandson was born. That was 9 years ago. Because he was born as a preemie, and the doctor says you're going to have to either go get a shower and change clothes every time you want to hold him until he gets older. You need to either do that, or you need to quit smoking and make sure you smoke outside, which we already did. Quit, and we started doing e-cigs. We're still doing them today. As a matter of fact, I've got CBD oil in mine now, taping on it, and that's saved me get off cigarettes.
So, do you find that CBD oil helps you with your knee?
I've been doing it about a week now. I've got easier for me to get up and down if I'm not stressing that knee as far as pulling them out or trying to dig a ditch or moving around on it a lot. It is making it easier. Much as you use it, it's gonna hurt, and but it don't always. It makes it easier to move around if you're doing nothing, which makes no sense, but that's about the way it does. The main deal with me, my wife's head off at every I got, and just being depressed from going out and afraid to do something because I hurt my knee again, and then I'm going to get stuck, because the doc told me if I mess this knee up too much, there's going to be a point in time where you're repaired and you're going to lose your lower leg. So keep that in mind when you're try to find some other way to do that.
Yeah. Actually, my aunt, she had a really bad knee, and she didn't go in to get it checked forever, and now she's got a rod up her whole leg, and she can't bend her knee.
Yeah.
And she actually just went in to get the other one done because both her knees were bad, right? So now she's got a knee replacement in one and just a rod up her other leg so that she can't bend it at all.
Well, my other knee is shot, but I am holding off as long as I can about doing anything with that one. Knee, I don't want with the one that's replaced now. I don't want to have the same trouble with the other one, and then kind of be doubled down on. Really be screwed, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, you need one of those military exoskeletons, man.
Oh man, I'd love to get my hands on one of them.
Yeah, like Iron Man or something. Now, I guess that gives me an idea for a question. So I remember that first when what really got us to really to ask for Steam for you was because the VA wasn't going to cover any of your surgery. How did that all work out for you?
The Veterans Choice Program wasn't going to cover it because I didn't get prior authorization. I did a little fussing at them. Really, the credit for that goes to the doctor because he put in and said that was an emergency surgery. We had no choice. We had to do it. A little fighting back and forth. I thought they was not going to pay for it, that I was going to end up having that bill, that, 10 or 12, whatever it was, to pay back. Find out they went ahead and paid it off. It's a sigh of relief. It took a lot of fighting to get it done, but we did get it done.
That is really good news. Because it always breaks my heart to see how our government is like, hey, come fight for us, come fight for your country. They want you to really believe what you're doing is for a really good cause. But when you actually go fight and you get hurt or whatever, or anything, even if you don't fight, the richest military and government in the world shits on the veterans so bad. It is sad. It is really sad. And when they're shitting on them, they're getting them hooked on fucking pills.
That's the sad part of it. There is they're getting them hooked on the pills, and then we have 200 vets a day committing suicide. Opiate addiction, something to do with they can't get the help or they're afraid to go ask for help because this GoFundMe out. It took me months thinking about this before I even put this GoFundMe out because I didn't want the feedback from a lot of people that I was going to get. But I went privately. I made a post on this on Steam. I went to what I thought was a friend and a fellow veteran. That may have been the kicker there. But a veteran, I asked him to help me with this. Saturday evening. Sunday morning, he put up a rant. I played the veteran card, and I should be embarrassed at doing that. Basically, I'm a piece of crap. And I'm sitting here dumbfounded. You're supposed to be a friend. You're supposed to be a fellow veteran. The government, but it's the mentality of some of the people out there, and a lot of them are bigger YouTubers that up on a high horse thinking they're better than everybody else. And that just, it blew my mind. Hurt. I mean, but that hurt thinking that he would do something like that.
Yeah, that's. I remember you were saying something like that in the vet Discord. That is really fucked up. It's you got somebody that is a good man, and just for a simple, just like, hey, can you give me a shout out? For him to do a rant, he's obviously thinking, hey, this is going to be good content. Maybe I'll get some more views off it. So,
and that was my point of it too. That's probably all he done it for.
Yeah, that's for some people to actually do that, that's really crazy. I put myself in that situation to do that to somebody. Nah, that's just hard to do. I can maybe start doing it on Steam. Start ranting about people. I guess I guess I can't say that. Sometimes I do. I say my opinion, but definitely not like that.
Well, I mean, I put it out on Steam because that was something I had to do to get in the aggravation. I had to put it somewhere. YouTube, there would have been no understanding. But I knew if I come to Steam it, enough combat veterans that knew where I was coming from, and enough supporters that knew where I was coming from. They would understand where I was coming from, and I wouldn't catch the crap. I would get encouragement to, to move forward and keep going, and not just sit down and say, fuck it, I'm done. At that point, just that one time, it blew my mind. I mean, that's how dumbfounded it got me.
Yeah, that's definitely, just to throw this out here to you and everybody else. We won't tolerate that shit here in Canyon Kuwait. We want to provide a free, safe place for everybody. And if somebody acts that way up in Canyon Kuwait, their ass is going to get fucking banned in a heartbeat. Because, man, we just, having respect for everybody, and just going about life that way. That's just the way to do it. And that's the way I want it. Respect the people.
And that's why I keep coming back here and to Steam it. And because, the vet channel and there's a few other channels that I've got homesteading friends in, like the GHSC and some of the other channels, we talk back and forth and private message and stuff. But is here, and that's why.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go Blunt.
Steam does have its problems here and there. You see flag wars and people getting mad at each other here and there, but for the most part, we're a pretty solid community. We get along pretty good. We don't try and go to the way and piss people off. You don't see a lot of people trolling on Steam or that kind of thing, right? Because then they get flagged and starts issues, right? So, I mean, it's a pretty good community all in all.
Yeah, we're a small community, but damn, just like the bond that we have with Steam, it's almost like a cult, you can say. But yeah, man, like if we like saw someone in real life with the Steam logo, I'm sure all of us here would run up to that person and be like, "Oh my God, what's up? My name is John. How are you doing? Oh my God."
I tried to get. I went over to Wuku, whatever that one is, and I'm doing okay over there too. There's no money to be made right there right now because it's not on the market. Eventually, I hope it gets there. But I tried to put the two platforms together because it's just a clone of Steam It. Just to pull people back and forth, so and make more friends and make more connections and get things going on, because meetups, when I get Aircrete going here to build the houses, I want to be able to have something here set up where I have known on Steam It, Wuku, two friends come and show them is how to make it, how to do it, because they need to start thinking out of the box, take the blinders off, because the world is not what we think it is. That's a goal of mine, and try to do things and help other people out with something that's different.
Yeah, we're actually looking into some hempcrete things. I know Props for Crops is all about the hempcrete, and I wonder if that's anything similar to the aircrete.
I'm not sure what hempcrete is. I think it's kind of like a clay slip. Using hay, you're using hemp. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Aircrete is a cement, water, and then I put fiber in it because I want it to be as light as possible instead of sand or rock, and just fill it full of soap foam. They pour it in a mold, and the next day, in 20 years, you can cut it with, after it cures good, what you need to do.
Is this something new?
Well, it's not really new. It's just starting to get. Um, Trying to think of that website. Domegaia.com.
Oh, that's what it brought me to it. I'm dropping a link right now, guys.
Is they started that one. It's just been forward and pushing forward as it goes, and it's material because it holds the mass, holds the cool, or holds the heat. Where you're building with air, earth bag, pound bag to throw up 30 feet to build your walls. A 5 or a 10-pound block, depending on how big it is. 10-year-old grandson was moving some of the blocks we made in containers from the dollar store that was 2.5, 3 foot long and 1.5 foot wide and probably 12 inches thick. He was picking it up and carrying it around all over the place.
Oh wow!
That glued and set, and then you cover it with like a stucco or a lime plaster in it. Insects are not going to get in it. Nothing's going to get in. It's fireproof. Home like we are, blow you over because there's nothing for the wind to grab a hold of to rip off.
Yeah, it sounds like it's got a lot of similar properties to that hempcrete. The hempcrete's very light as well, and it's bug and mold resistant, and they say they like to use it in earthquake prone places because it's got a lot of absorption properties better than cement, so it'll absorb shock and stuff better.
Concrete.
Oh wow!
Instead
So
of just using soap, you're using hemp.
I wonder if hemp is barely just got legalized in the U.S. to grow, and I know they grow it in Canada, but I wonder since it's not really growing in a lot of places, I wonder if it's expensive, and I wonder is aircrete expensive?
Aircrete, I use now. You can use the 7th generation your foam, but it takes quite a bit of that. But it's $1 a bottle, or you can go get a gallon bottle from Rural King of the foam they have, and I can't think of the name of it to save my life right now. For like 5 or 6 ounces of that, and you need a foam generator, an air compressor, and then basically a giant paint stir because it's got to be a drill with a longer, get 5-gallon increments, and 2 bags of Portland cement's $10. Water fiber is $3 or $4 a pound, and you use probably a pound, 2 batches of that, and you can get, depending on your size, blocks, 2 45-gallon barrels to do out of 2x4s on a 4x8 sheet of plywood. It takes 4 bags of Portland cement to fill that up. And you can get the little dragon. I forgot how much it is. I got one of them from Dongate, and that's what I'm using. And the pancake compressor is like $99 at Lowe's.
So is it a bit cheaper than typical materials, or is it kind of equal or a bit more expensive?
Well, I figured out my guesstimation. I haven't got everything worked out in my head, but my guesstimation on it that we're making put across
So, so I guess this is what you're using to build your homestead, huh? I'm curious. Are you off grid?
Maybe having technical difficulties.
Oh, good. I thought it was me.
Yeah, we got lots of hemp growing up here too. That'd be kind of cool if Mike was looking to maybe try some hemp out on the homestead. But I've
Yeah,
I've I've driven through these hemp fields here. Like they're, I know we got some about half an hour east of or west of me, and then about 3 hours north northwest of me. There's a really big area that grows hemp, and you come down from this hill, and you can just see the fields, and then you come down and you drive up the highway between the two fields on each side, and it's just hemp as far as the eye can see.
does it smell good?
Um, to be honest, I don't remember smelling anything. I was just driving in the car. I don't think I had the window down, and it maybe wasn't flowering. I don't know, but I saw it and I'm like, is that fucking hemp? Is that weed? What the fuck is that? Is that right? Because like you first see it, you didn't know it was there, right? Then you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember once we found this wild hemp in Kentucky when I used to live there, and I was like, oh my god, I found weed." We took it, we dried it up, and we smoked it. We didn't get no buzz. That was before I knew that it had CBD in it. So, but yeah, it was funny. But yeah, it smelled really good.
I think we got Mike back.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
sorry guys, the power flashed here and it kicked off and kicked my computer off.
Oh, was it storming over there?
No, it's not storming or anything. I don't know what happened.
Now, are you
Kept
off
smacking
grid?
off grid. I'm on grid. Goal is to eventually go off grid. The grid, if we need it as we go along.
Okay. Yeah, so you probably know Jack Dub before longer than you probably know me.
I have seen Jack Dub. I don't know him to him a lot, just other than in chats and stuff.
Okay.
We
Yeah, I
had a
know
conversation with him.
he's a big homesteading guy. We're actually we're putting funds together to get a bus, and we're all gonna move there.
Yeah, I got the friend. I don't know if you remember this, John, but the guy I was trying to help out in the veterans channel that really wasn't a veteran after we figured that out.
Uh-huh.
Down and street and everything else. And wife mad and she won't talk to him anymore. And he was going to come down here and she goes, don't invite him down here now.
Yeah, you know what? I that was before I came around, but yeah, man, I hear that the veteran community got fucked out of like $1,000.
Well, he come up and he told me he was a veteran. He was a friend of mine. And, I'd met him online through YouTube and through some other friends. And we would sit and talk for hours on end on the phone, stories about Iraq and everything to the T. He could tell me stuff. And come to find out, he was just a contractor and stuff like that over in Iraq. He was not a veteran, but people thought he was a veteran, so he just let it one and let it go because he had the information. He got into the veterans, community, and some come up, his eye surgery come up. Him, in the vet community. I mean, everybody just started pouring SBD and pouring steam to him, you know, because they was trying to help him get that eye surgery done. And suddenly they come back, he was not a vet.
How did you guys find out he wasn't a vet?
He called me and told me he was not a veteran, that he had been lying about it. After he got all this, because his wife made him do it. See, he would go out in the truck and talk to me. He wouldn't sit in there with his wife and talk to me because his wife knew he was not a vet. His wife found out through her watching the computer one night on Discord, me and him talking, and her seeing all this money come in, and it coming from veterans. Hell, he was doing. He told her, she goes, you call him right now and you get this straightened out right now because you ain't doing this. You pretended to be a vet, and if you're, you know, his dad is a Navy SEAL. He told his dad, and his dad told him, if that gets around, you're going to jail because that's, you know, that's, you don't do that crap. He returned a lot of it, but then a lot of people said, no, we give it to you in the beginning. Your eyes, you don't need to be blind. So they sent it back to him when he sent it back to them.
So everybody got their money back?
Yeah, but they turned around and sent it right back to him. Most of them did anyway.
Huh. Yeah, that's crazy. I've always I did hear about that, but see, that one person like that, it ruins lots of things for everybody.
Yeah.
Because I know, then the vet Discord, after being fucked by that, you know, and now they're fucking really protective.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
They won't let
Hey,
anybody
Mike.
in until they have all of the stuff, have DD-214 or whatever, you know, they have as proof. Go ahead, Blunt.
I think Grim's gonna take some names from you. He's gonna enact some revenge.
Oh yeah, I would like to maybe troll that one guy on YouTube.
Yeah, it was a mess, and the way around. Out, and he went and told everybody. The group we're in on YouTube, that, like, I go to Farmageddon. We go up there and we all shoot and everything. A lot of them guys that are up there are either veterans or, I mean, they go up there and they support that whole weekend. The guy puts it on and spends his own money, donations for the Fisher's House to help veterans, and everything he makes off of that donation, you know, the auctions he does off stuff he buys and auctions off, donations people put in, goes to the, you know, Fisher House. And he had to tell all them guys that he wasn't a vet. That was really stressful on him. Got hammered by them quite hard.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, it was, you know, this is like anything, you know, like if I, you know, came to somebody and said, hey, I got cancer, I need help, you know, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I put out the GoFundMe, and I'm not claiming to be something I'm not. I am a veteran. I have a DD-214 to prove it. Veteran tag on my vehicle. I've got the vet card in my pocket. You know, I'm not claiming to be something I'm not. I do it because I need it, but I don't that can't afford to donate to that because they feel sorry for me to donate, you know, because of that, if they can't afford to feed themselves or their children or something like that. I want to make that really, you know, really known. Don't take food out of your children's mouth. I'm a veteran, and, you know, I need the help. Something that bothered me with doing this GoFundMe is people would do that, and I thought long and hard about doing this.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got with me. Everybody that's just tuning in, Mike is he's, not, I wouldn't say long time friend, but on Steam it feels like a long time. It's been like 8 months. He's a good friend. He's a fellow veteran, and I saw he had a GoFundMe account, and I said, hey, I want to put it out there and see if we can help out a little way. Show them what Steam it's about, and this is what Canon Curate's about. And you want to go ahead and talk about what exactly that you're trying to get.
What I'm trying to get is front loader, basically. So I'm not killing my knee trying to dig the holes in the trenches and move all these trees and clean up the property. What I'm trying to get is a tractor with a backhoe attachment. A tractor with a backhoe attachment. I have just a plain backhoe, this thing, but if I have a tractor with a front loader attached, I can use to hook the backhoe up with and other implements later on when I can get them. I have friends that they don't have the time to come do stuff, but I can borrow attachments from them that they have, like a box, drag my driveway to keep it from washing out and stuff like that. Maintain and keep and help build this area. And that's what I'm trying to do. Is, I've been looking at them. There's no way I can do this on my own. It took everything I could do to get a well put in out here. Thing I can do just to get building and getting the stuff up to get buildings going and stuff like that.
So what's your next project that you got to really focus on and get done for your homestead?
I wanted to get the septic tank that you can see in the pictures on the GoFundMe. I want to get it done, but I can't do it now. The next one is I'm going to get. I got a bunch of pallets that I got from Georgia Power put in solar fields. I mean, acres and acres and acres of solar fields. All that equipment come in on pallets. We were paying somebody $3 a pallet to haul them off. Hold of a guy here that knew the foreman over there on that project, or to talk to him after he called him and told him I was coming. Him, if I could have all the pallets I could haul. And he says, you can have every pallet you want. I'll bring them out the gate to you. That way you don't have to take your vehicle in. Just a minivan and a 4x12 trailer. And I hauled 20 pallets at a time. But I've got probably here. And I'm going to start building so I can make the aircrete blocks what it's doing if it's raining or whatever, and so I can start getting blocks bit and cured and stacked on pallets, so when we go to start building houses, the blocks I need to get a good start on it, because it takes 7 days for them to cure fully. The project is trying to get figured out where I can build a small enough shop that I can do this, and that way I'm dry.
In the weather in Georgia, is it that you got to wait for spring to start working on?
Yeah, I've got to wait on spring to start working on the. It won't cure very well under, say, 65 degrees. So I've got to wait until it's a steady 65 degrees. And once it gets to that temperature, then I can. Showers are going to come along shortly, as it does every year. 2 or 3 weeks of rain. And if it's raining outside, I can't get the compressor outside. Or if I've got the shop, I've got a place that's dry that I can work no matter what it's doing and just keep right on making blocks.
Yeah. Do you grow? Do you grow food or anything like that?
I put a garden in last year, and I planted potatoes, onions, garlic, and that was a start. The ground was going to do, and some of those was in pots. I mean, I even recycled bathtubs. I grew potatoes and onions in bathtubs that somebody was going to throw away.
Oh, nice.
Barrels,
Yeah.
the barrels that
Wow.
people were going to throw away, I cut them in half and I planted peppers and everything else in them. Yeah, we're going to have a garden. We're probably not going to be able to do one this year. I've got to move it, so I've got to treat the soil there. We have real acidic soil, so I've got to get the lime and get it limed, and then we have real sandy soil. Built up basically, but where all the trees when they pushed this land, cleared off the scrub oaks and stuff off the property. Now, those have been sitting since 2004, January of 2014. Starting to break down real good now. So I'm going to go start breaking all them up when I can. Become workable, because that will break down into soil and it will be a workable soil. And I think I'm going to use that area in the back as my garden once I get it out. And that's what I'm waiting on doing now. That will save a lot of money in hauling in compost. Compost is not cheap. So it's easier to use that and build the ground.
Yeah, because I think hemp has been legal, and I don't know if anybody can answer me this, but I wonder if you can just grow a few hemp plants. Is that legal? Does anybody answer that?
I don't know if that's legal here in Georgia or not. Somebody asked me where I was at in Georgia. I'm in middle Georgia, and they said they had somebody in Atlanta. I just caught that as going back through. I'm about hours south of Atlanta. I'm in between Macon and Columbus.
Huh?
That question.
Yeah, because if you can grow your own hemp to make your own CBD oil, that would be such a money saver. Because CBD is more expensive than THC. It's crazy.
Well, I went bought milliliters of 300 milligram, $59.95.
Wow. Wow. And you said you vape this?
I put it under my tongue morning and night, and I also vape it. I vape it during the day.
What? How do you vape it?
My e-cigarette.
Oh, wow. Huh.
I put the oil in my atomizer and I mix it with some fluid, so it's not, because CBD oil, I have noticed things. Some of it comes real thick, as a real thick oil, or runny. And I've been told the stuff that's real runny is not as good for stuff. So I just take and fill up my atomizer halfway with my e-juice that I'm using, to vape. The rest of it up with CBD oil down in there, and I just vape it through the whole day.
Oh. Yeah, if anything, obviously, like us, help pitching in to get some backhoe, maybe we can all pitch in some steam, use our fancy tip bot, and we can pitch in for some CBD oil for Mike. Yeah, because we got this new. I don't know if anybody in the crowd. I think everybody knows about a tip bot. Yeah, this tip bot's pretty cool. Danny, he got somebody to make it for us, and yeah, man, Cannon Curate is gonna be taking over Discord before you know it.
That's here, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying, "Hey, go to Canna Curate, go to Canna Curate," and I'm seeing a lot of push toward that way.
Really? People tell you that?
I've had 2 or 3 people say, "Hey, do you know Canna Curate?" I've been talking to them in uh, DMs and also over on Wuku, talking to people. And when I started doing this GoFundMe, a lot of them said, "Hey, why don't you go over and talk to Canna Curate?" And a lot of them told me about the sustainable living too. And
Yeah, that's awesome. That just made my day.
What's your
Wow.
team name, Mike? Is it spelt right there? I didn't. The link didn't work, so I must have spelt it.
I think it's just ambiguity. Take out the
it's
mic.
it's just ambiguity.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that really makes my day. Because here in Cannon Creek, sometimes we get flack from people, like, oh, are you guys really about cannabis? Man, we are so much more than just cannabis. Cannabis we love with our hearts, or all of we love cannabis, but man, we love other stuff too, and we care about steam and we care about people. And that's what when we first started Cannon Create, it, it yeah, it was about giving each other upvotes, but also the having a big platform to pay it forward to people too was definitely on the agenda.
That was a lot of it. It needs to be a team. And I don't know how many people here are ex-military. We always thought of ourselves as a team. And then we were, even as a platoon or a squad. As a squad, you was a part of a bigger team, and as a platoon, you was part of a bigger team, and as a company, you're part of a bigger team. So, the more people you have, the more people that work together as a team instead of fighting and bickering among each other. Work as a team, and you can do some awesome things if you just work together.
Yeah, you said it right there, and that's why I feel too. I want to bring in all the communities of STEAM. I kind of want Cannon Create to be like the heart of all communities, but mainly it's because I want all of the communities to really band together under one thing, which is STEAM. And if we did that, we would be stronger. But you still have people bickering amongst each other on Steam.
They got these stupid little flag wars going on, and and then you've got. I've seen before I left. I haven't been back looking at a lot of his posts, but just go crazy on some of those people and flagging people, and then everybody flagging other people. What are y'all doing? Y'all are trying to tear this platform apart, and if you're not careful, that's exactly what you're going to do.
Yeah, and then one thing that really gets to me too is the people that always talks about shit posts. And it's like, what do they want? They want nothing but professional bloggers on the social media site. That's one thing I don't like. I want everybody. I look at everybody as equals. As long as you're not spewing hatred and plagiarizing, then hey, come on to fucking Steam. If you can show a little love to Cannon Create will show love back to you. But we're also showing love to people that we're not. Sometimes we will put people on auto vote for not expecting anything, which I've had you on auto vote for a while, but even after Mike being on auto vote, he's signed up on the Curation Trail, and he's giving everyone else on the trail upvotes. It's about paying it forward, and that's what I like to do because it's fun. I really enjoy it. It's fun being that way, and with Steam, it's just like so easy. Just to send some Steam to somebody. It's so easy to do, and I think that's just one great thing about Steam.
Well, I mean, people fuss about the shit post, but hard to post and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" Throw a picture on. You don't know what you term as a shit post, encouragement post to this person over here. So don't ever think that a post that is not with, they stole somebody's picture or they've stole somebody's content, but it's a heartfelt, people call a shit post, and that's fine. Don't criticize them because that's just what they're doing. But to this other person over here, it may speak to them in a different way, and it may encourage them to either or get better at posting or making friends. Anybody when I got here, and now I've got all sorts of friends on Steemit. I don't never look at anything as a shit post if it's a post that somebody put out from their heart, the best they can do. I'll go upvote it. My upvote here on Steemit is not very big. The post I upvote is 100% because it doesn't matter. It don't do much, but showing my gratitude that you put a post out there and you put card on a sleeve or you put something from your heart out there to help somebody. So, why not about the shit, Just get over yourself and move on.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't give a person your upvote or, but it's, lots of people think it's the reason why Steam's no good, but I think it's those people that are doing more harm than the people doing the shit post, which, what is a shit post? I don't know.
I don't really know what it is. If you posted and that's something you believed in, it's not a shit post if you believe in it. If I don't know.
Yep. Well, I got some daddy duties to attend to. We usually do an hour here or more, depends on what's going on. But I do have to wrap up the show. I don't know if Blunt Smasher has anything to ask before we head off.
Um, Not that I can think of. I do have a little song lined up to tribute for Mike there.
Oh, sweet. Do you have anything you'd like to say before we head off, Mike?
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for everything y'all are doing for me. I really, truly appreciate it. It's very heartfelt to me that y'all would take the time to, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. Much love, brother, and definitely see you around. It's I'm not saying bye, but yeah, I miss you guys already.
But I'll see y'all around on through blogs and through DMs and through chat.
Y'all have a great night. Yeah, and you. This is your home. So if you're ever feeling down or whatever, we're always usually here now in the radio. We have multiple radio shows on during the week. We're usually playing music. But if you just want to come here and bullshit, you want to vent about something, come on in, man. Because I've known some people, including myself, sometimes get cheered up by hanging out here.
Yeah, we all pick each other up here. It's really nice.
That's here and the veterans blog. That's where I usually go to talk and shoot the shit. And
yeah, I enjoy the vet server. That's I really become less active in many servers, but the vet server is a server I usually say something once a day in there.
I see you sneaking in there every now and again saying, "Hey."
Yeah, but the growth that we've experienced here with Cannon Curate, it's been amazing, and all these people in the crowd, everybody here is great. We like Cannon Curate is definitely just a thing where a community comes together, and this is what we can do, and we're tearing it up, man. We got 22,000 or 23,000 steam power in our account now with delegation, and we just hit 1,000 steam power in native. So we are doing really good, and we're paying it forward as we go along.
I've seen
Here.
a lot of things that you're doing, and you're doing well at it. Just keep what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, we ain't going nowhere. All right, well, good night, everybody. I'm here, but I'm not here, so I'm gonna take care of the kids and maybe get some nachos in me.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Good night.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Alrighty, this one's for you, Mike. I got me the idea when you had a little bit of mic issues, so